I've been waiting for a sign. I've overcome my darkest nights. I am ready. I am ready. As my enemy hits the ground, I will be standing one more time. I am ready. I am ready. Ready for war. I've been hiding in silence. I was a million miles away, building walls of resilience inside of me. The good days are gone. I've gotta face the unknown. It was just the calm before the storm. I've been waiting for a sign. I've overcome my darkest nights. I am ready. I am ready. As my enemy hits the ground, I will be standing one more time. I am ready. I am ready. Ready for war.
Well, hello again, everyone. We are the highest tier pod of your weekly unfiltered wrestling and entertainment. Welcome to the Worldly Podcast, where we're free and available wherever you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube as well. Of course, I'm Marcus. We got one of my co-hosts back, Jordan. How's it going? And how long has it been since you've popped on screen?
I'm doing good. I think the last time it was
Bad
me,
Blood?
you, and
Was it
me,
Bad Blood?
you, yeah, and Brian Cook,
Oh, Chef. Okay, yeah. And
the chef.
that was last time. And then it's been a while since Dylan's on. Dylan will be back this month. He's still moving in. And when he comes back, we're going to be celebrating 4 years because this past weekend our show made 4 years. So we still going strong. And we got a special guest for you today. Now, for the last couple weeks, if you saw Dallas Cash on the air, that was her co-host. And now we got the other half of the Humble Roses podcast, originally from California. She resides in Texas right now. Please welcome La Madrina herself. It's Nessa. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for coming on. And of course, it was a pleasure. You popping in the comments left and right when Dallas and I were talking about Survivor Series last week. And I'm like, oh, good. I'm recruiting somebody to come on the show down the road. And just like that, we got it settled. So,
Yes, we did.
so just one of them simple shows where we got a few topics we'll talk about on the right side of your screen. But before we move on any further, let the listeners know if they've never heard of your show before. Let them know how'd you become a fan, who inspired you, and tell us a little bit about the Humble Roses podcast.
Well, Dallas is the creator of the Humble Roses podcast, and I was a fan of the show. And pretty much we just became friends, had a good real relationship, and he's like, hey, you want to be my co-host? And the rest is history at that point. I started watching wrestling as a kid because of my dad. As I told you earlier, Stone Cold Steve Austin is my all-time favorite, and he's the one that got me into wrestling, as well as Eddie Guerrero. I also loved China, Trish Stratus, Lita, John Cena in middle school. And now, I'm a Liv Dahmer. That's how we met, me and Dallas. Dominic Mysterio, my number one.
Oh, oh God, that's a nail biter for me. What's going on, Dallas? Tuning in. By the way, his and I's episode on Survivor Series is dropped now on all audio platforms. Be sure to check it out. It's a must hit. We went on 2 hours and talked random shit after that. Talked about meet and greets, a couple other good shit. Like you'll hear it. Check it out. Speaking of Eddie Guerrero, God, today made 19 years,
Yep.
and already next year will be 20. And ugh, hard times. I someone posted the tribute video they did for him the night they did his tribute show, and I forgot that they used Three Doors Down for his tribute video, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot they used them for that.
It was sad. I was in elementary when he passed away, and just remembering everyone crying like legit tears. It
Oh,
was sad. It was sad.
that was one of those like
Sad moment.
deaths. Yeah, like we haven't had one like that since like Bray Wyatt was the
Bray
last one we've
Wyatt.
had, but when he passed, I was like, we haven't had one this hard since Eddie. Like Benoit's almost went that way until we heard what happened and everything. So it's kind of a mood swing.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I was 16 whenever I heard about Eddie's, and then I tuned in on Raw, and I'm like, holy shit, it's true. And it was those separate interviews they did, like when they went back on the air and before they went to commercial. Those were the ones that were like made it hard to watch. So, well, let's start from the top here. So, if you saw SmackDown this past Friday, yes, the Bloodline has reunited. We are getting, unfortunately, Sami Zayn will be a part of this match, and I can't do nothing about it. I was hoping we'd have just got an all-family reunion, but nobody listens to me. So, yes. Huh?
You're not feeling Ucey?
Oh, I'm feeling Ucey. I'm just not feeling Ucey with Sami involved. I wanted this to be an all Samoan Anawahi family reunion showdown. Like, no outsiders. And we'll talk more about that. Okay.
But I mean, Sammy is family. He went from honorary to full on ooze.
So, there's more. So, I had a feeling it was coming because whenever he made the challenge. I had a feeling, I'm like, he's gonna eventually turn on Solo, and sure enough. But when we bring this up, it's gonna eventually jump to the next topic, which we'll probably be talking to both at the same time. But before I move on with that, give me y'all's take. I'm sure y'all saw it coming. I mean, Jordan, when you saw Sammy was getting ready to hit a haluva kick on Roman, but he turned around and hit it on Solo, you saw that coming, or that was a surprise to you?
Yeah, I think I saw that coming, and I knew Sammy was gonna be with them for War Games.
All right, what you think, Nessa?
I was hoping that he would hit Solo, but it was up in the air for me just because of the little backstage that we saw on Raw. So
yeah, so you can basically War Games is basically set, but this is what's pissing off more people. Yes, no, I wanted at WrestleMania. I wanted a couple of years ago. I wanted Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania. Now this coming Mania, I want Sami Zayn. So I think they should. I mean, I can't do nothing about that, but I was hoping. I think we all wanted 4-on-4. I mean, back in the day, you had 4-on-4 War Games matches. You could basically say it's set because now I guess they're not really focusing on the Bloodline story anymore. Now they want to throw more outside people in this. Now they're making it 5-on-5, and both teams have to find one more member. You saw they showed up on Raw trying to find a recruit. And I'm going to throw my 2 cents in first since they're making it 5-on-5, which, I mean, it should be 4-on-4. I think they're going to somehow put Cody back in this damn shit. So Cody's going to be on Roman's team and KO's on the other team.
Oh.
That's what I think. Or if Seth finds a way in his heart to forgive Roman for all the shit he put him through, maybe Seth would be on Roman's team and Bronson goes on Solo's team. So, what you guys think? Who could be the 5th man for both teams? I'll let you go first, Nessa.
I don't know about Seth. That's very interesting. Yeah, 4-on-4 would be way better. I'm kind of seeing maybe Cody might be the best bet because he's the only one that's liking them right now. As for Solo, him going to see Braun Breaker would be interesting. I don't see how that would tie into it. But then him and him and Jay's feud. So
All right, what you got, Jordan?
Yeah, I can see Cody being with them, and maybe, like you said, KO being with Solo and them.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if I think he's still in Hollywood. I don't know when I thought he was coming back after the new year. I mean, I would have loved for him to be on that team, be on Roman's team, and then go do the heel turn to Solos. Like, I was hoping Rock would have been that fourth man, but now he could be the fifth man and then go put Hikuelo or Zilla, Fatu or something on Solo's team, and then you got you 5-on-5, and then I'd be okay with it. Because
they need to sign Zilla. Yeah, they really do.
Cody and KO should have a one-on-one match for the title. They don't need to be in this match.
Mm-hmm.
They need to have their own little feud because KO's got that heel turn. He took out Randy Orton, and I'm thinking they obviously need to do that. If you're not going to do it at Survivor Series, what you going to do it on Saturday night's main event or something? Have KO and Cody one-on-one once and for all? He says Roman gets Seth. Yeah, then he would definitely get Bronson Reed. Yeah, but we don't want that. Hell, I want Bronson and Seth like in a last man standing match or something.
No,
Scylla is far from ready.
That'd be fine.
Indie shows and GCW won't cut it. Okay, maybe like I said, Hikuelo if Roman would get The Rock, but I don't. Rock's still in Hollywood.
I still feel like The Rock is pulling the strings on Solo. So
he's like the puppet master or the higher power. He's controlling all this. That's what Dallas brought up a couple weeks ago. Well, if you want to go, we'll go to the War Games set topic because I do have something I want to mention. Speaking of War Games, hang on, there we go. I think we will have a women's War Games match. And what I saw, the way Raw ended, I think it's going to lead to a 5-on-5 women's War Games match. And I was thinking, Io Sky came in the aid of Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. You figured they would be a team. And if you're going to make it 5-on-5, you think that fifth woman would probably be like Kairi Sane or something. But I got a feeling. I think Rhea's not hurt for real. I think she's coming back and she's going to be on that fifth team. And then the other team would consist of Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton. The fifth person, I don't know who that could be. I have one name in mind. Huh?
We're going to find out on SmackDown for sure.
I have one name in mind, but I don't know if they have her as a heel, but they love her so much. Is Chelsea Green still a heel, technically?
I believe so.
She could be the fifth woman. Yeah. Everybody wants her.
Right?
So
I just want to see how that whole partnership, if it ends up a partnership, is going to mix. Because if it was me as Liv Morgan, it'd be on site with Tiffany at all times, trying to come at Dominic like that. So,
that would be a good idea. But like I said, if they do 5-on-5, if Kairi Sane don't join Io and Destiny's Child, it's gonna be Rhea Ripley. I got a feeling she's gonna just come back and be like, I want it in this match. She's gonna probably be the one to issue the challenge. No.
Let her stay hurt.
Yeah. What you think, Jordan, with all this commodity with War Games? We got almost 2 more weeks and they still haven't gotten everything in order yet.
Right.
Yeah, if it's not Rhea Ripley, I really don't know who can join them for it.
It's got to be Kairi Sane. I mean, somebody from Damage Control.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be her. I mean, what happened with Asuka? She hurt, or we haven't seen her in quite a while. Dakota Kai is always hurt. I think she's still out.
She just got back.
She could be a fifth if it's not Rhea. But it's that $1 million question. Who would join Liv's team with her, Raquel, Nia, and Tiffany? Who would be? I think it'd be Chelsea, unless if there was somebody else that's off the corner of our eye, be like, oh yeah, she could be the fifth woman. I mean, try to think who else is heel on SmackDown Or hell, you might as well just put a Raw diva, a Raw superstar in that one too, because you got Raquel and Liv with Raw, and
Hmm.
Nia and Tiffany from SmackDown. So I mean, it's like it's all like mixed together. I mean, it could be anybody.
Even Zelina could probably try to go instead of Rhea because she don't mess with Liv.
Yeah, she had some issues with Liv.
Yeah.
Could be her. Yeah. Um,
I'm trying to think of SmackDown. Who would
I don't
be-
think I mean, is Piper never considered a heel still? That could be on
Yeah, that would be
Liv's team.
actually nice to see, and again, funny.
Mhm.
If not Chelsea, could be
Mhm.
Piper. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, because I can't see Bailey in it right now. I don't see
I was
her in
thinking
it.
Bailey, but I was like, I don't think she. Oh, well, we don't think Bianca would, be too kind to that.
Well, we're all waiting on that breakup of Jade and Bianca that Liv kind of spoiled a tease like what that week ago in that promo, and I'm like, golly, girl, like we know it's coming. Just you had to like stir it up a bit to make it closely happen. But I think it happens once they lose those tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
It'll happen.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I wanted them to lose it to Liv and Raquel so bad.
I did. I'm okay with them, retaining, but I wanted them. I want that Livy 3 belt.
Or yeah. Or two belt at with an asterisk if you count the Crown Jewel Championship that's locked in the vault in Saudi Arabia.
With her Super Bowl ring.
Hey, that's better than the Dynamite Diamond ring, I can tell you that. Does Cody Rhodes even wear his? I haven't really seen him flash his bling around.
It don't fit him.
Walking around thinking he got a snow cone on his finger. No, that's a ring, buddy. Did you see the rocks? Did you see how big that ring? Like
I
that's
think
a
they said, 157 diamonds.
that's a Texas high school state championship ring they got on their finger. I'm trying to look this up so I can find a way to get it up on here.
It
For
was
people
literally
to see.
bigger than Liv's like 2 fingers put together.
Hell, it's still big enough. The Big Show couldn't wear it on his finger. That can't be it right here. That's it. It's an ugly ass ring. Oh my god, that is the ring. Oh my god, that ring's ugly. It better shine bright.
It looks a little better than the belt for sure, because that belt was ugly, just fugly. Not even ugly. It was fugly.
That belt was like super massive. Like I think Cody was the only one who wore it, and it's like take it off.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't even like it on Cody. And I don't know what they were trying to prove with that.
Bigger was definitely not the best part for that.
Jordan, what's your take on the Crown Jewel Championship belts that Cody and Liv won that they're keeping in storage in Saudi Arabia just for people to look at?
Yeah, they're pretty nice, but they so big and I don't. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's bullcrap. I typed the same shit on my phone, on my PC, and it's not popping up for me to pop up and get people to look at, like up close. So maybe it's a sign. Don't show that ugly thing.
Don't show it ever again.
Yeah. Well, what we may not ever see ever again. I mean, they've been teasing this for months and nothing else has happened. Is there a possibility the New Day will be breaking up soon? And if yes, who's going to be the one to turn heel, Xavier or Kofi Kingston? Jordan?
I think Xavier gonna turn.
See, I think it's Xavier too. I cannot see Kofi as a heel.
Mm-mm.
No, he's never ever been a heel that I can recall. What you think, Nessa?
I'm not ready for it. Definitely not ready for that. But I think it's going to be Xavier. You can just the way he's been acting lately, and it's, he's about to have his 13th reason, and yeah, he's gonna. I don't know. I feel like he's gonna attack Kofi too. That's how he's gonna turn.
Imagine if they do it like on their like 10-year anniversary, because the New Day formed in 2014 and it's 10 years now.
Mhm.
I thought it was like towards the end of the year, which we're getting close to the end of the year. But I feel like if you're gonna break them up, when Biggie needs to be a part of it, like let Biggie make a surprise appearance, because we haven't seen him like. I mean, if you count the kickoff shows, whatever, we've seen him a time or two. But I'm talking about like we haven't seen him like do anything with the New Day together since he broke his neck. And that would be like a way to send off the New Days. Like have Biggie come back, let them think they're celebrating, and then somebody's gonna give and gonna break up the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's Xavier.
I do too.
I mean, it's been a long time coming. I had nothing against the New Day. It's just like, let's see what Xavier can do on his own. Maybe you could go back as Consequences Creed, like he did in TNA. With the Rocky Balboa boxing pants and the big afro. I would love to see that again for Xavier as Consequences Creed. What do you think, Jordan? Or you have no fond memory of Xavier looking like that?
No. Yeah, I didn't see him like that.
You'd have to Google it. Like that's how I first noticed him a long time ago. Oh shit! What you think?
I think they're ready. I think he's wanting, some gold on his own, and he feels like Kofi is not supporting him. He's seen that Kofi's supporting everyone else but him apparently. So.
And again, I thought it was coming this past Monday, but still no heel turn.
Yeah.
It's like waiting another week.
Slowly. It's like the slowest burn ever.
Yeah. Well, before we go to the next topic, quick announcement here. This was just announced a few hours ago. Breaking news. John Cena announced he will compete in his final Royal Rumble match. So before we get to that next topic, what's your take on Cena competing in his final Royal Rumble? Do you see him tying Stone Cold, winning his third Royal Rumble, or do you see him at least maybe being a runner-up or in the final four, or he's going to have just a short appearance and get eliminated?
I hope they don't do that. I hope he puts on a show. I just hope he puts on a show. Whether he wins or not, I'm pretty sure they might give it to him. And then, go from there.
I mean, I couldn't see it. What you think, Jordan?
I can see him being like a runner-up, maybe, or winning it one of them.
I could see him at least in the final four. I mean, I don't. It depends if Punk would come back to win it, because I'm still favoring Punk to win the Men's Rumble in 2025, so he could finally main event WrestleMania. Because you ain't got to worry about Cody going for a 3-peat because he's still the champion. Unless if like Roman would get back in it, then people would probably favor him. But let's say Cena ties Austin's record. He main events Mania. Who do you think he would go after, Cody Rhodes or Gunther?
I don't know. I feel like I would love to go against Gunther.
Like, who would be his perfect last match for last WrestleMania match?
I mean, you would think it would be Cody, right? But I would rather him fight Gunther just because he's this super heel, and John Cena's the hero.
Yeah, Jordan. If you had to choose out of the two current champions to defend against John Cena, who would you say?
I would say Gunther too.
Gunther would be something. It's a dream match, but why do I feel Gunther's going to end up fighting Goldberg? Hopefully not at WrestleMania, because now they're teasing that shit. Cena would be an interesting one because it's kind of a passing of the torch, you could say, even though they already said Roman passed it to Cody. I mean, I think the face of the whole organization passing to that, because, Cena was like that same level as Stone Cold or even Hulk Hogan. Cody's kind of on that level right now. So I don't. But if not either of them, who would Cena's? Who would you want Cena to have his last match at WrestleMania against? If it's not Cody or Gunther.
Mm,
I know a lot of people said Randy Orton, but now
I
everybody
was
wants.
gonna say, I feel like they should run that back. That'd be fun.
Okay,
That'd bring my nostalgia. So
Jordan.
see,
I can
see
say
Mhm.
Randy.
If we don't get Orton and Cody, because everybody wants Orton and Cody. So here's how I think it's going to go down for Cody. From out of multiple choice, I either see Cody defending his title against either Cena, Orton, Rock, or maybe a third with Roman. Out of that, he's going to face one of them four at WrestleMania. He'll be facing one of them four, I guarantee you.
I don't want to see another Roman fight.
I don't either.
I think I would like to see The Rock and Cody. Honestly, I would rather see The Rock and Roman, but for the Ulafala. So.
Even the dog made a pick. The dog said Roman. Sound like he said Roman. Shit. I mean, they teased with The Rock how they kicked off Raw after Mania 40. People think that, but then everybody wants Roman Rock. So, but what if we get Roman and Solo at Mania 1-on-1? You think they're gonna drag that? Oh, excuse me, drag that all the way to Mania, just like they dragged the Usos.
Maybe.
The dog
hates the dog.
he ain't lying. Well, 2025 should be an interesting year. We already know Rumble's in Indianapolis. Vegas is hosting Mania. Well, they just announced about a week or two ago, Elimination Chamber will be in Toronto. They're coming back in Toronto after they just hosted Money in the Bank, but they're now going to the Rogers Center, which is a baseball stadium, the home of the Blue Jays. That's the same stadium that hosted WrestleMania 6 and WrestleMania 18, which hosted the last time WrestleMania was in Toronto. So, Jordan, what's your take on this continuance of the Chamber being held in stadiums now?
Yeah, I think I like it. That might not sell it out, but
They might
think
curtain
it's pretty.
something off, but
Yeah.
It already had an attendance record for WrestleMania 18. There was 68,000 that attended that. For WrestleMania back in 02. Maybe I could say about 50,000 could fill it up for Elimination Chamber. I don't know why I kept thinking they were going to Scotiabank, but no, they're going to the ballpark, the old Sky Dome. So what you think, Nessa, about doing Elimination Chamber in the stadium of Toronto instead of the venue?
I think they're trying to go big. They really are. I think this whole new year they're trying to, with this Netflix deal, being in Vegas, they're trying to step their game up. So to see them try to fill it up, it's going to be interesting.
And supposedly, there were rumors, if it's not 100% true yet, Backlash might be in Japan.
Oh.
That might have been a false rumor. But if the dirt sheets didn't post nothing about it, then obviously it's a rumor. I mean, it'd be nice they did something in Japan, but it wouldn't be nice on our side, having to get up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. to watch a PLE.
Yeah.
Like we did for the one in Elimination Chamber in Australia. I had the biggest migraine after that. And I barely slept. I probably slept 3 hours just to get ready for that show. But there ain't nothing wrong with cooking breakfast and watching PLEs.
True.
That was the only good giveaway was, I cooked breakfast for a WWE PLE, and I never did that before. So
and
that was,
you can do things, watch it in the morning, then do whatever you need to do with the rest of the day.
oh, absolutely. I think it was around 8:30. We're in Central Time, so it was about 8:30 a.m., almost 9 in the morning when it was done. So it's when I had the house to myself at the time, I was peace and quiet. I went my happy ass back to sleep whenever it was over. So, I mean, I like it. Like they're gonna probably give it a whole Canadian vibe. Maybe might see a surprise or two. I mean, if you're gonna get someone to host it, you might as well get like a Trish Stratus. Is in Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
waking up early for East. How many times did you get COVID? I had it one time.
It's not fun.
Oh no, it wasn't. I had it. I had it hard. It sucked. And that was 3 years ago when I had it. So I mean, ain't nothing wrong. Once it was awful. So that was the only time. I don't know why I thought he said he had it like right when it first came. My parents had it twice. I only had it once. Never had it again after that. But so yeah, I think it's still gonna be an exciting show. I mean, the fact that this is in March, we've seen Elimination. Holy shit! My sister had it 3 times. Ooh, it's a fighter. Uh, Chamber being in March, that don't sound weird, but the Royal Rumble being in February still sounds weird. But it is what it is. But WrestleMania being in late April, that's even more weirder.
Yeah, it's usually like the beginning, right?
Yeah, late March, early April. Now they're doing it, and they're even doing it the weekend of Easter.
Oh, God.
Like night one is the 19th. Night two is on 420 in Easter Sunday.
420. How fun.
Yeah, you know what I mean. If we see smoke in the air during the kickoff show, we know why, folks.
And they're in Vegas.
Yeah, that ain't staying in Vegas. That's coming back with you, honey. Well, let's. Okay, how long has it been? People have been requesting and calling. Can we get a mid-card championship for the women's? Remember when we thought that's what we were going to get at Bad Blood, but they announced that stupid Crown Jewel championship? Well, out of left field, I remember I was sitting right here. I was working on my computer. I had SmackDown on right here, and I had my headphones in. Well, then Nick Aldis came on TV, so I did like this, and I'm working on my shit. And then all of a sudden, I look. There's a belt covered in like a blanket or whatever, a veil blanket, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he said, when I heard women's, I'm like, is that a women's mid card championship? And sure enough, I saw a white strap United States Championship, and I'm like, it's about goddamn time we're getting women's mid card title. But I must have not got on Twitter at the right time. Was Twitter blowing up with like, holy shit, it's finally happening, or people were kind of meh about it?
No, but everyone was happy about it. Very happy.
Man,
putting in their picks, here's mine.
I must have got on at the wrong time because I'm like, I immediately went on it and I didn't see shit. But I didn't get on like 2 hours later, and then I started seeing a few comments, and I'm like, I figured Twitter would be blowing up. It would be trending #1 or whatever on my end. But I will say it does look badass as a white strap. But then again, all women's belts are white straps.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if they'd have had the U.S. title we had 20 years ago as a white strap. The one Cena had, Eddie had, that weird shaped one that had the flag on it.
Uh-huh.
Imagine that as a white strap for the women. That'd have been badass. But I like this one. It looks good for them. So I was gonna say 2 questions. You obviously gave me your first. I was gonna say who would win. Who you think would win that belt first? And 2, will Raw jump ship and make a women's Intercontinental Championship next?
They need to. I think it would make sense. Because how are you going to have only one brand with the mid card and not the other?
Yeah.
So
you ain't gonna make them compete on both shows anyway.
Right?
Yeah. Dylan got 2 picks right here. So
I actually agree with him.
Jordan, who do you think could be the first champion, and do you see Raw coming up with a women's Intercontinental Championship?
Yeah, I have to agree with Dylan, Chelsea, or Meacham, and then they have to make a title for Raw.
Yeah, and then that belt being a white strap would look pretty kind of neat too. Even though I hate that version of the IC title, like this one is the best one. This white strap right there. one Cody revived back in 2011. So something tells me there's 5 women I could see winning it, and then y'all said 2 of those names. I want Chelsea Green to win it. That's my number 1. She would be perfect. I could see Michin winning it. She could be the first champion. Then there's 3 more names that's just thinking off my head. I wouldn't mind Jade being the first. If it was Jade Cargill. Then there's 2 I don't want to be the first. Something tells me maybe Bianca Belair. I don't want her to be the first. In 5th, yeah, if this happens, something tells me in the core of my eye, what if Charlotte Flair comes back and wins that title first?
I've seen that theory, and I don't want it. I don't want it.
Either. But just think, at least she wouldn't be trying to tie her dad's record as a world champion. I mean, she's already 2 away from tying it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if you're not going to put the tag titles on her, I mean, I don't care if she goes after it, but don't be the first. Let Chelsea win it first, or Michin, or Jade, or whoever. Hell, let Liv Morgan win it first if I can. Liv can have all the gold.
She can wear all the belts.
She can be the female belt collector. Or Tiffany. Maybe even Tiffany. Everybody wants a Tiffany Charlotte feud, but I think Tiffany's going to be a women's champion, world champion, or whatever before she wins a women's U.S. title or whatever.
Fashion's going to be just...
I'm just waiting on Tiffany to cash in on Nia.
Mm-hmm.
Once it finally... And when it happens, she will be successful. Because, like Jordan says, it's Tiffy time.
Oh, no.
That's his favorite. Tiffany's his favorite.
Oh.
Yeah.
He even got to see her before I did.
Oh.
I haven't been to a wrestling show since the 2023 Rumble in San Antonio. That was the last one I went to. What about you? When was the last show you went to?
High school. 2012. Ooh. It's been a long time. And I'm going to start going again.
Okay. I know Jordan and Dylan went a few months ago. They did a house show in our neck of the woods, and they went at the last minute. I should have went with y'all, but then again, I was like, it ain't gonna be much.
I know they got 2 comings. I'm thinking about Houston and for December 30th and Dallas on the 20th of January.
I want to go to the one in Houston, but the tickets are so high.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen them that expensive. And SmackDown's coming to New Orleans February 21st, and they're skyrocket too. I said they're probably only skyrocket because Roman's going to be there, obviously. Roman. I didn't look at the price. That's what Dylan told me. I said, I believe you. I said that I wonder if they're as high as the tickets for Raw in Houston. Because I think just nosebleeds alone were over $100.
No, that's better than the tickets for Mania.
Oh man, wait. I'm still holding that for Dylan. Like, I would just love for his face to pop up, but I'm gonna wait till he comes back because I still saved it in my phone. I cannot wait to see his face when I tell you how much WrestleMania tickets in Vegas are going on sale. The cheapest ticket compared to the cheapest ticket at WrestleMania in Dallas. I cannot wait to see his face when I tell him this. And the most expensive ticket for WrestleMania 41 compared to the most expensive ticket for WrestleMania 38 in Dallas. I'm still waiting to tell him when he comes back. Because I cannot wait to see his face. Like, I might screen record it. And I cannot wait to hear him talk shit about it. Like, I'm excited when I tell him the comparison.
I'm going to have to tune in for that one.
Yes, you're going to have to tune in for that one because I can't wait. Dylan's going to shit talk, and me and Jordan's going to laugh. Like, he's going to shit talk harder than he did to me when Barcelona beat Madrid in El Clasico.
Oh, that was a good game.
Yeah. All right. I wanted to throw this in because it kind of hit me in the corner of my eye. I wouldn't mind it, but So lately, the Miz has been in storylines with the Final Testament. He got kidnapped by the White Six, and then when the White Six came out, Miz kind of chair shotted with him. I wouldn't mind seeing the Miz join the Final Testament in the faction, or if it's just a one-off where he might end up just teaming with them if they want to form like a 10-man, not a Survivor Series elimination match. I wouldn't mind that, but maybe like some type of 10-man tag match on Raw or something. I like this, like the Miz aligning with Karrion Kross and AOP and Paul Ellering. This would be some good shit. And did I say 10-man? I guess you can say 8-man tag match. Be 10-man if you want to count Paul Ellering. So, Jordan, what's your take on the Miz aligning with the Final Testament, and possibly we see them take on the White Six soon?
I think it would be pretty cool to see them teaming up with them to take on the White Six.
Okay, what you think, Ness?
No, I didn't see it coming. I honestly thought it was going to be Woods. But, the Miz, I feel like they meshed good, and we haven't seen a heel Miz in a very long time, so I think it's going to be good. And the White Six, that's going to be very, very fun to watch.
I tell you what, one of our buddies been saying this on Twitter. Why don't we get a Final Testament White Six War Games match? That'd be pretty kick-ass. But it'd be 4-on-4. They'd each have to add a fifth man. The Final Testament would get the Miz. Who would the White Six get to be their fifth? Get Braun Strowman for one night, maybe, or
oh, that's not the reunion.
Yeah.
Tears.
He says, I need Uncle Howdy to bring back his look from the debut. The straightened wig. Yeah, like he needs some tattoos. He would look so sickly awesome with tattoos all over his body. Trying to like be similar to Bray. I mean, he's doing a great job with it, but it's just you need some ink, buddy. But yeah, or color the wig like all that gray hair. I look at that and I'm like, is that my future in 10 years? I can't do the gray hair. No.
Just for men.
Oh, I use that, but I feel like it doesn't work as good. Like it might work a week, and then after 2 weeks, it starts coming back. Not to mention, I get irritated sometimes. My skin gets irritated occasionally if my skin touches it. So, yeah.
I think that'd been a good War Games. Oh. I'm actually excited to see Nikki Cross and Scarlett kind of go at it.
We need to see them in a match eventually. Like, that's another big tease. Like, I know Scarlett can wrestle. Give us a Scarlett Nikki Cross match or Sister Abigail, whatever you want to call her, on Raw one night. That'd be something. They could build up to this storyline they got.
Yep. A nice mixed tag match.
Yeah. Now I don't. Was Raw a double taping this week? Wonder why. I didn't, because I mean it's not like they're going overseas again. I get the double taping for like, and they go to Saudi or something, but I didn't realize they did a double taping. He said, might be an unpopular opinion, but keep Alexa Bliss away from the White Six. Why? Because they already have a female? Why not have two females?
I would like Alexa Bliss to come back as her Psycho Bliss. I think that was like one of her best characters.
If you want to make it big, I mean, I know Braun wouldn't go back down it, but it's just as long as he's not going around pretending like he's a train, running people over. We'll see when that time comes. I mean, as we're still counting down to this, but well, that will probably wrap up tonight's episode. This was fun. Unless y'all got something else y'all want to talk about before we wrap up.
Oh, yeah. I think we kind of hit everything. So
Because I'm trying to think off the corner of my eye. I mean, I know there's something else we
I
can bring
honestly
up.
would have rather seen a NXT Women's War Game over what we're about to get. So, in my opinion,
Oh, I would like that too. Because they got chaos going around there as well.
stacked. They are stacked.
And you got William Regal back on NXT. He can actually announce it.
Hmm.
But as I said, love her original character. White Six as good as they are. Brace the sixth member, adding her would throw things off. Okay. Well, that will wrap things up. This was fun. It's good to see Jordan back on after quite a while, and it was a pleasure having Nessa on to come talk a little bit, a little Bloodline reunion, War Games, a new women's title coming, and so forth. So, real
Thank you.
quick, oh, you're welcome, and we hope to see you again back on soon. I know you're going to come on a nostalgia with me next month, and
Yes.
then somewhere down the road, we'll probably do a crossover with you and Dallas when the whole band's back together. And real quick, before we go, let them know where they could find you on social media and your show, the Humble Roses Podcast.
You guys can find me on X at La Madrina _XOXO. On the Humble Roses podcast, we're live every Tuesday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. You could also find me on Instagram at Ness Marie _XOXO. And I guess we're going to see more of me here, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Jordan?
You can find me on Twitter at shoot, it's been a while.
Jordan,
Johnson.
I have to look
Jordan,
up.
Jordan _ J2000. I know,
Yeah.
it's been a while. You got a little rusty there. Well, I'm on Twitter at MarcusLee337. Podcast is on Twitter at World Elite Pod. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts. We're on all audio platforms. And that will wrap it up. Thank you again, Nessa, for coming on. Jordan, it was good seeing you again. Dylan will be back as soon as he's moved in. I can guarantee you he will at least be back at the end of the month when we do our Survivor Series predictions and celebrate 4 years. He'll definitely be back by then. Otherwise, I got another nostalgia lined up next week with a buddy. We're talking a Survivor Series, but I'll give you 2 weeks. Dylan will be back in 2 weeks. The host of the trio will be back together on screen for the first time in almost 2 months. Because lately it's either been me with a guest or me and Jordan with a guest or me with a group of people. It's about time we get us all three back together because it's been a while. But thank you again. And thank you for everybody tuning in. And we'll catch you guys next week. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
I've been waiting for a sign. I've overcome my darkest nights. I am ready.